Hey guys, it's your girl Alicia. Welcome back to my channel. So, this is going to be my spread today. We're going in with some homegrown, no, well, I didn't grow none of this stuff, but this is some home down country food that's going to be going down today. I'm making a rundown. All of this fresh produce is going to be in that rundown custard that we're making from coconut cream. I'm about to put these coconuts through the juicer and come up with a rich cream, no water added, and then here's the the king of the castle right now for this meal is the salted red herring. This is red herring, salted. I have this baby soaking overnight to get some of all of that salty taste out of it. And I'm going to also put it in a pot of boiling water to get a little bit more of the salt, even though I've had it soaking overnight. I'm not trying to make no salty rundown. I want an edible rundown. So today, coconut milk is going to be boiled down until it breaks oil into a nice custard, and then the red herring is going to be added to it with all them onions and peppers and garlic and thyme, pimento seed, nicely seasoned up. And of course, if you're Jamaican, you know that Jamaicans do not eat nothing white. We don't eat white chicken. Chicken doesn't look like chicken when you eating it. It must be brown or yellow from brown from browning or yellow from curry or brown from frying. With oxtail, not supposed to just look like the beef, so it must nicely caramelize and brown. We not eat nothing white. Everything have to have some color to it. So this rundown is no exception. I'm going to be using annatto seeds to color the oil. That's going to give this rundown a nice kind of a reddish flavor and color. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go do the coconut cream, and the coconut cream is going to be a whole different video. All right, guys, I appreciate this kind of food because growing up, I am a Kingstonian. My mother is from the country. She's from St. Mary, Hampstead, St. Mary. But my mother did not cook none of this stuff. When I asked, I said, Mommy, how come rundown is one of Jamaica's favorite dishes and you never cooked it in the house while I was growing up? She looked at me and said to me, she eat that stuff too much as a kid and she just felt like she didn't need to cook it anymore. So I said, you're just going to let that rich heritage just flow and pass over my head and I never get to eat rundown. I don't think I've ever eaten rundown from my mother because my mother still has not cooked rundown for me. I came to the United States of America, New York to be exact, and eat my first rundown. All right, because my mother thought it was poor food. Okay, yeah, so we could afford oxtail and curry goat and all of that. But don't make the tradition of the old back country go away without sharing it with your kids. I had to discover this as an adult when I grew up. And today my mother is here and she is definitely going to be my reference point to execute this rundown and execute it flawlessly. So stay tuned. I'll be back. Okay guys, so we're going to strain off the coconut juice off of the trash right into the pot where we're going to be cooking it. And this is going on the stove to be boiled down. Here is that coconut cream that we executed from the... We're going to add some of that coconut cream in here as well. 2 big tablespoons of the coconut cream, and the rest of this coconut cream I'm going to put it in just like cubes and freeze so I can use it for other stuff, rice and peas, whatever I need it to be used for. So this is going on the stove. My husband is in the kitchen with me today. He's actually peeling all the yams and stuff for this dish. So I do have a partner today. Next time we'll be over by the stove. Okay, so I'm about to make some dumplings, kneading dumplings over here for our rundown, and I'm going to give you a little update of where we are. So here we are, we're boiling. I have yams and plantain and cassava in here. I'm about to make the dumplings to add to it, and here is my coconut milk just doing what it does. It's boiling down, and I can already see the little bubbles of oil on top. I didn't add any oil. This was just the coconut juice and some of the coconut cream that I added, and you can see it breaking oil. You see those oil bubbles? That's what we're looking for. You see that custard that is forming around the rim? That is what we're looking for. I'm making a rundown is coconut custard, and then we're gonna add all this into that nice rich custard. So that's where we are so far. We'll be back. That I cut up into small pieces, and I'm gonna just add it to our boiling coconut milk. We're adding that to our boiling coconut milk. Give it a nice stir. And we're just gonna close this back and let that boil. On this side, the provisions pot is bubbling. Bubble me a bubble. I'm not in trouble. So right now, I took out the plantains and the cassava and a couple pieces of the yellow yam. In here, I have the dumplings boiling, and the potatoes are in here. The sweet potatoes, I did not peel them. I scrubbed them and I boiled them in the skin, the sweet potatoes. But there goes the dumpling, and the yellow yam is in here bubbling. So that's where we are as far as the update. We're going to continue to cook, and in the meantime, while this is cooking, I'm going to go over to the table and I'm going to be cutting up my onions and peppers and stuff to add to the rundown over here. But it has a way to go. All this water has to be boiled down to a nice custard. All right, so that's the update. I'm gonna go cut up my onions and peppers, and then I'll be back. Okay, so since everything here is now, see, it's the consistency that it's supposed to be. We're adding in the onions and peppers. See how it forms that custard? That's the custard we're talking about. I'll show it to you. That's the coconut that just forms a custard. See how it just kind of like it coagulates? At this point now, I'm going to go ahead and add our annatto oil to give it a nice color. I'll come back with the annatto oil adding. How much more days? Okay. All right, guys. So here we are. We're down to the final stretch of our rundown. ready to go. What I'm gonna do is these plantains I'm actually gonna put inside of the rundown itself and just cover it up and let the plantains continue to simmer and just soak up some of this tasty goodness from the rundown. So we're finished, guys. Dumplings over here, they're ready to go. Everything is ready. I'm gonna plate and show you the final product. We'll be back.